Georgia Tech, but looking to get a win here in the ACC tournament. In his backcourt, Nate George playing extremely well.
Yeah, Ndongo at 14 and 9 during the regular season. George at 6.5 assists per game. Gets it off for Powell. Dips that shoulder and goes in strong for 2. And the first basket today by Duncan Powell. But a team capable of getting very hot. They hit 11 threes when they beat Georgia Tech in their first game. A look at the starting lineup here for the Yellow Jackets.
Georgia Tech, and Ron Sanchez told us pregame they had a lot of emotion. They needed to be able to find that again as McKneely's able to knock down the 3 ball.
You get Yellow Jackets, you go to Charlottesville, and it's Tony Bennett Day. You're like, okay, we'll try another day. George on a good drive will lay it in. The honorable mention, all ACC. And not a kind rim. Mustav pulling his way through, and it comes free. Unable to get a good shot away. And here's McKneely. Saunders again. They move it quickly and good defense. It was George coming out of nowhere. And Rowe will set it up now for the Cavaliers. Saunders again. Rowe wide open. He sinks it from 3-point land.
Nathan George as well mentioned how these guys have been able to step up for one another on the defensive end. They're moving with one another as well, so that's how they're staying connected, but also feels like they can connect.
And allowed the Orange to shoot 60% from the field. So one of the things Ron Sanchez wants to make sure he cleans up is what Virginia's doing on the defensive end, but off to a good start offensively.
Rowe dropping in too close in. He has 5 points in an overtime game when they were in the top 25. So they have a couple of very impressive wins. Powell dipping that shoulder. It won't fall. Gave Duke a serious run to a point in Chapel Hill. They had a 7-point lead with about 15 minutes to go. Murray lines up a long one and knocks it down. Many times it's one of the best games in a tournament like this, the 8-9 game.
The 8-9 game is one that you always look for because both teams have had the opportunity to prepare for each other.
Funny how the new guy has to wear it too, though, right?
Yes,
he has very little to do with it. Kofi collecting that loose ball, and another turnover here for the Yellow Jackets. They have 6. Swooping inside, so he gets it done on both ends.
Was it double figures in that matchup versus Georgia Tech the first time?
The freshman, he rarely turns it over too. He's very good with the ball. Powering inside, the lay-in by Ndongo. And he played just 16, 17 minutes at Syracuse in the regular season finale after he got elbowed in the mouth. Oh, the stuff by Ndongo coming out of nowhere to slam it down.
You cannot allow him room to operate as he goes over the top of Saunders.
To earn a first-round bye here in the ACC tournament, that is some achievement.
Yeah, it really is. And when you consider both these teams, if McKneely steps behind the screen, fires away from about 25 feet, winning the 5-way tie for 9th place. And a record of 8-12 in ACC play.
Terry trying to get heated up and drills a 3-pointer. Ndongo just had a spectacular dunk moments ago. Oh, what a nice job using a window for 2.
And Nate George with 4 assists already. So they're getting what they need on the offensive end.
Nothing but net for McKneely again.
Sit on the side and watch. A great job by Kofi there, getting a hand in the passing lane. And this is where Virginia's been opportunistic and trying to run throughout the season.
They want Ndongo again. He'll draw the double. Cross court. Moves stop to the foul line, keeps on moving and drops in 2.
And just like that, Nathan George knows exactly where to go with the basketball.
That's 3 fouls on McKneely, by the way.
Oh, and that
Powell, yes.
An underneath out of bounds play. Obi, you learned that. We all learned that one early. You take away the basket first.
We haven't touched on him yet, but that's 12 points a game and a really good shooter.
And more importantly, a veteran presence. You're talking about still a young group for Georgia Tech. And that's 2 Yellow Jackets fighting for the basketball. Ends up allowing Virginia to come up with the offensive rebound.
McKneely with that quick release of 3. Absolutely buries that. He has 14.
With the Who's.
Home of the ACC. Powell in close, but no, can't finish it.
But the second time that they've been able to get the basketball right under the basket on underneath out of bounds play.
Going to get a 3rd crack at it, and that one worked.
That's not true.
Guess what? give him everything he earned.
Agree.
You know, and he earned that. Chucky Hepburn had a great year, too. Great defensive year, tremendous player.
Yes, he is. is when Louisville got better is when Terrence Edwards took over that role of guarding the opponent's best player, and he made them a better defensive team.
I know a lot of people say, you can't give him everything. Yes, you can, if he earned it. The all-defensive team. It's a great group anyway. Chucky Hepburn, an electrifying player. That shot will go, and a whistle too.
But how about the concentration of Isaac McKneely? And the thing is, he is chasing him, runs right into McKneely, who misses the free throw. How did that happen?
How do you do that? You know, after a shot like that, he's an 82% foul shooter.
Yes.
So Georgia Tech by 2. They turn it over. Saunders out in front. The dribble down and the slam.
Georgia Tech turnover.
Downstairs on the spin, up and in by Sutton, the 6'8 freshman with his first bucket.
Well, they're going to reset the shot clock to actually 30, saying that Virginia had possession of the ball.
Lifted by Georgia, knocked down a triple.
Tane Murray was behind him, but you talk about George and his numbers. Only one player nationally has numbers that are rivaling Nate George, and that would be Braden Smith, as George gets another assist to Soiree.
He's absolutely outstanding, but I think I have a fun stat for you too, Corey. You like fun stats? His games with his hair braided, he has 9 of them. 36% from 3. His hand is all over this game right now. It's a triple-double watch for him. His hair unbraided, though, in the 19 games. He's shooting significantly less at 38%.
And Ndongo with a spectacular rejection. Man, did he get back. And his first block as he closes in on a double-double.
And Angel Gray going in depth. Go different places and have different experiences covering both the ACC, college basketball, and the NBA as well.
Nicely done by Buchanan inside. We call Corey privately by Peeps at Delta. That's right. 43-37. Powell slam. Good find indeed.
But here's been the problem, OB, for Virginia. They can't keep guys out of the paint. And so Nathan George is now having his way, getting downhill. Duncan Powell filling the lane coming in. However, first in ACC games, played all 55 minutes in a triple overtime game. Triple overtime win at Clemson. And Duncan Powell is now starting to get going on the offensive end of the floor as well.
George wanted to step back. Powell has it. Shot clock to 9. Powell so strong inside, and another basket for him. He's having a day. McKneely, it opens up a bit, but he can't hit it on the reverse. The follow is up and good for Buchanan. Shot clock to 5. Here's George rolling inside, and Ndongo got it up there, and he hit it.
And the 8th assist for George. Experienced last year as freshman under Damon Stoudamire in his first year, and now have made that sophomore year and sophomore jump.
Ndongo almost came up with another block, but just a split second late. Mustaf strong inside, but left it just to the right of the rim.
Ndongo with another offensive rebound and putback. Georgia Tech throughout this game shooting 44% from the field. Virginia only 32%. Difficult to win when you're shooting that poorly, and you can't find a way to stop Duncan Powell, who's now up to 21 points this afternoon.
He said during a timeout a couple of minutes ago, they're not going to be able to beat us with threes if we keep shooting. Well, the Cavaliers in deep trouble of being one and done in the ACC tournament. McKneely right through for 2.
And McKneely getting downhill.
These are really terrific people, and we've got a chance to deal with them a lot. All through the great years of Tony Bennett. Tony himself, of course, aims on the drive, will lay that in. We talked about the Yellow Jackets being a fly in the ointment, maybe.
Obi, you called this a couple weeks ago. When we started showing the bracket of teams that could really do some damage.
McKneely again.
Game than it was in the blowout the first time these two teams met, because I think Georgia Tech is playing much differently than they did.
Oh my, Kofi.
For the dunk. The fake DHO, getting to the rim, finishing off.
And watch for number 11 in blue, McKneely, as he tries to get free. They stick with him. Here's his long one. Got it! Wow!
We've talked about him having at times to take some shots that may not be the best shots, but that's how you build it.
And in the final seconds, the Yellow Jackets can celebrate the victory here in Charlotte. They will win this one 66-60 and eliminate Virginia here in the second round of the tournament.